about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skill by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullet is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Gonzalo running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
So, World Football Governing Body (FIFA) has ordered the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) to pay the sum of over $1.045 million to Gernot Rohr over breach of contract. That's how we begin today's episode of Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is right here with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Alpha. It's always a pleasure. It's always my pleasure to be on the Sport Orbit.
As always, on today's episode of Sports Orbit, we have an exciting and bumper package for you. But first, we'll begin from the news coming from FIFA, where he has ordered the Nigerian Football Federation to pay Gernot Rohr over $1 million as a result of not fulfilling the full terms of his contract. Recall that Gernot Rohr's contract, while he was sacked, his contract was supposed to actually end by the end of 2022, but the NFF had terminated that contract in December 2021 without paying him compensation. Usually, the standard is that when you are terminating a contract in the middle, while the contract is still running, you are supposed to pay some sort of compensation. But at this point, the NFF, maybe wrongfully advised, decided to terminate that contract without paying. Talifu, remember, we spoke at length about this matter, especially in the build-up to whether Gernot Rohr was going to be sacked or remain. We said that severally, that if the NFF, nobody's against the NFF sacking Gernot Rohr, but if you are sacking this man, you should be aware that you must pay compensation. And NFF completely went against that, went ahead to sack him, and maybe they felt it was one of these local coaches where you can just fire them, and those coaches will come back to maybe beg for you and maybe ask you that, okay, please just find us anything and go with the rest. But this time around, Gernot Rohr understands that this is a contract and took the matter to FIFA, and FIFA has said, no, you terminated his contract. It's either you continue to pay him his salary till the end of 2022 or you pay him his compensation.
Yeah, that is the standard practice all over the world, except Nigeria as a referring to Nigerian coaches. But I want to say not that those Nigerian coaches don't know their owners, but either because of patriotism, what is our country, the pipeline do, and at the same time, oftentimes most of the Nigerian coaches don't even sign the contract.
Yeah.
They just announce them and
just give them the job.
And then when it happens, they just keep quiet. Just for the sake of the country, that's what I believe. And but just like you see, when the issue was reasonable, we advise it, and we say separately here that yet, if you must let Gernot Rohr be, because it is so glaring that Nigerian fans are no longer comfortable with the style of Gernot Rohr playing, and if it is glaring that NFL was under pressure to sack him. Not from any, but from Nigerians who are not comfortable with the style of Gernot Rohr playing game. Having wasted 6 years and the team was not given any result. More importantly, where the team was when the team strong and wanted to qualify for the playoff. Beating losing to a minor country like Central Africa, strongly to beat Cape Verde. So Nigeria will become so dissatisfied with the performance, and then was asking that Gernot Rohr should go. And then they felt that keeping Gernot Rohr at that particular time was not in the best interest, both for it was not even in the interest of Gernot Rohr and the
interest of the country.
Because no, you have irritated fans can go on, can act differently, and even the NFL, even at the field, even for the safety of Gernot Rohr, they also feel that either they can give guarantee security.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the way the fans will become agitating about style of play. And in that time, like, you tell Gernot clearly, discuss with you, agree, and by mutual consent you terminate the contract.
Exactly.
Not just announce it and terminate the contract. And trust me, why a journeyman in Africa, now that he's out of the job, you don't expect him to just keep quiet.
Oh, of course.
You need to go, you need to press for that. Well, now he's not earning any money from anywhere. And you were hoping to get a job from the Mali. Unfortunately, the Malian I don't even find him worthy. And I don't, if the money don't happen, I don't think anybody will so hand him. And now I start up the job, he has to look for any money where he can get money.
Of course.
And knowing that the NFF will still owe him, NFF will still owe him salary and the compensation. And that's why FIFA is not. That is another practice.
Of course. Of course.
We have to accept this. There's no any way we can escape. We know it's going to come to this, and I believe that NFL also know that it's going to come to this. All they need to look for money and settle the old man.
I mean, simple as that. I mean, we said here, but sometimes these NFL officials act as if they don't know what goes on in international football. We've seen different cases of even club football coaches where they give you a 5 contract, they terminate your contract after 2-3 years.
Even a month later,
Exactly.
the detail of it doesn't have a sign.
It's been signed. You have to pay compensation. So, like we said here, NFF should find a way of resolving this issue. But in some other reports I heard, NFF were even came out to say that they don't even have the money to pay Gernot Rohr. So if you don't have the money to pay him, you expect the matter to just die down. So what do you want him to do? That is not an excuse.
Obviously, that is what I said.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
true.
you are owing me and they don't have
I
money
want
to
to
pay.
pay.
So I should wave away. I should wave away.
Exactly.
I don't think the German man will let the money go like that.
No, at all.
They must look for money and pay him. Findic can't tell you don't have the money.
Oh, of course. Well, still talking about coaching this time around, the Super Eagles coaching job, the vacant job. That is where the NFF are to conduct further interviews with prospective candidates who are likely going to fill up or who are rather vying for that vacant position of Super Eagles coach. In a few days' time, actually, from what we're hearing, this will begin a few days' time. It was disclosed in a communique sent by the NFF following a meeting between the NFF and the Ministry of Sport. It said the meeting between the Ministry of Sports and NFF went very well. Both bodies agreed to work together in the interest of Nigerian football. Well, I mean, when I saw this communique, for me, I felt, I mean, it was more or less a directive from the Ministry of Sport because left to the NFF had made up their mind that it was either Pesero or nothing else.
Nobody.
But I recall so many times that Darry had said, look, if you're going to give this job, if you must be a foreigner, you have to give other candidates also a chance. Because you shouldn't just say it has to be Pesero. Other people are interested in this job. Give all of them an opportunity, interview them, and whoever emerges as the best, give the person the job, and not insisting that you want to give Pesero the job because it looks like a more convenient candidate for the job. But I think this is the way to go.
Just like the way the manner the Gernot contract was handled secretly, and just announced Gernot Rohr like that, and all of this one now we're
exactly.
Still, they never learn from them. They still want to do the line, but time for the honorable minister for insisting that the right thing should be done. And well, from my own personal view, just like the same thing we're thinking, now we're just trying that you don't have the money. Then why should we insist on having a foreign coach?
Exactly. So where are you going to get money to pay him now?
When the foreign coach. So I'm still believing that in as much as many people will say I'm the rather than the local coaches as failures. The fact that we couldn't qualify with a local coach does not mean all the local coaches are bad. And at the same time, even the Guapo, I'll still believe that the Guapo has not even failed, hopefully. Going by the circumstances at which he was recruited, he was given the job a week to the AFCON tournament.
Exactly.
And then after the AFCON tournament, instead of you to give him go ahead to start to ticket the team for the tournament, you still wasted another extra 2 weeks or 3 weeks only to announce him a week to the playoff that he should go ahead. So in those situations, Ibaba was not fully had a stable mind to prepare for the qualifier. So I don't believe that Ibaba was woefully. But yes, if you're going woefully, then we still have the coaches who can still ticket the Nigeria team for giving the same support wanted to give to the foreign coach. So So, but if you now must, you see that you are crying that you don't have money to pay the one you are owing, and you also still want to insist on bringing foreign coach. Well, I wish them well. If they want to bring the coach, just like the honorable minister advice, they should interview, and the interview they should make the coaches to come to Nigeria.
No, of course.
Because they are the one looking for a job.
Definitely.
I don't.
When you're looking for a job, you go to where you're
I'm
looking
not
for
in
the job.
support, and I'm not in Nigeria to insist. To support for any way of forming a delegate, or forming a consultant of people, paying some people say they are delegate or a contingent to go to anywhere and interview any coaches. They let those coaches who have applied for job come down to Nigeria. And that's how they begin to respect the country.
Yeah, because the Super Eagles are domiciled in Nigeria, so you have to.
The Super Eagles is a Nigeria team, so it's not a foreign team.
Exactly.
They have to come down to Nigeria and let the interview be conducted to the public guide of anybody, and let everybody know what individual score. Nothing should be done separately. Nobody should travel to London or travel to anywhere in Europe to conduct any interview for any coaches. Ministers should also go for to insist that those coaches, those applicants who are applying for the job, should come down to Nigeria and face the panel.
I agree with you completely. Away from that now, we're still onto the Super Eagles, where first assistant coach Salifu Yusuf has released a list of 30 players, which includes Captain Ahmed Musa, Moses Simon, and 28 others for the friendlies between Mexico and Ecuador, which shall take place in the United States of America. The Super Eagles will face Mexico in Texas on 28th of May before flying to New Jersey to tackle Ecuador at the Red Bull Arena on the 2nd of June 2022. Also, Yusuf is also head of the under-23 chart, has included 8 home-based players, including goalkeepers Adewale Adeyinka and Ojo Olorunleke, defender Ibrahim Buhari, and forward Victor Mbauma and Ishaq Rafiu. Only 25 players will make the final list for the tour, which is preparatory to next month's 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying matches against Sierra Leone in Abuja. Well, here's a look. I'll take a quick look at the list of players invited. For goalkeepers, we have Maduka Okoye, and like we said, Adewale Adeyinka, Ojo Olorunleke. For defenders, we have William Chus Ekon, Leon Balogun, Olaina, Issa Ali, Semi Ajayi, Zaid Sanusi, Shehu Abdullahi, Ibrahim Buhari, Calvin Bassi, and Chidozie Awadem. While for midfielders, we have Joe Aribo, Alex Iwobi, Ogedekare Etebo, Babatunde Nosiru, Azubike Okechukwu, Chiamaka Madu, Samson Tijani, and Hassan Yusuf. While for the forwards is Ahmed Musa, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, Seo Dessas, who is making a return to that team. Interesting. Sadiq Umar, Victor Mbauma, Emmanuel Dennis, Ademna Lukman, and Ishaq Rafiu. And if we're looking at this list, once again, Ahmed Musa is still on the list. Is it that these people don't want Ahmed Musa to rest?
Even though you just come and warm it.
Yeah.
He's the captain of the team.
What you have noted, Gernot is conspicuously missing.
Even Victor Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen, Victor Osimhen is also missing.
Gernot is missing. Victor Osimhen is missing. Several players are
missing. Yeah.
And what is that? Just like starting from the Musa, you just the role of the captain does not just end on the field of play. In as much as we analysts and sport fans and may not see the impact of Musa on the pitch. We don't know what he does behind the scene.
I agree.
And that is why maybe the Blues coaches feel that he's still very relevant. His presence in the team was always necessary that he should be around, even though he will not form the playing squad on the field of play. And one interesting thing about this list is that in as much as it look like a similar thing, where always it's always the same faces. But one thing that impressed me is that there's an addition of 2 local goalkeepers. From the local Aqua United keeper and the United keeper. And to surprise you, not the regular invitee of John Nobu, who is always makes the team every time. John Nobu is a third keeper in Imba. Why the first keeper and the second keeper in Imba will never get the opportunity to be invited. But now, luckily, thank God for Yusuf, he has invited two new keepers from Aqua United and Imba. To me, that is a good one, and let's hope that those people will be able to prove themselves. It's a friendly match, and I still also, to me, I probably want to see more of local players.
Yeah.
Yes,
But, about
eight
eight of them in
eight
the
is a
team.
good 8 is a good number. But
At least to start with.
to start, it's a good number. But still, it's a friendly match.
Yes.
Nothing is at
Sustain
stake.
more, exactly.
Nothing is at stake. It's an opportunity to begin to
Exactly.
to move away from the usual tradition
And not
having
the regulars.
having the league dominated by the foreign based players. And that is the best way to go. We need to integrate our local players into the team. But the local player gives you are desperate for a success. Not those have already made their money, already somewhere. When they come, they try to protect their leg.
Of
Because
course.
they know that it is their leg that earn them money and they have the club to play for. But the local league players who are desperate to making a hay. So definitely they will be played out before hard. But I would have said 50-50 would have been okay to me. But well, 8 is a good number. It's a good number to start with. I commended the Salis for that one. So, and then if you're looking at other local players who are also invited, there's also Brian Buhari of Plateau United.
Yeah, that's
That's a
United.
good one. Kwara United players are initially Kwara United players and the River United players, they were all in the team. And to me, that is a positive development. Let's start from the bottom. One thing is that I hope Yusuf, who is an acting coach in this, by this standard now, is an assistant coach, but it's an acting coach. Since they know coach now, I think you will not just stop at inviting them for a training material. It sure that those players will get opportunity to prove themselves.
Actually.
Not just bringing them to make the number and keep them on the bench. The only way you can see their impact, although it is good for them to come and learn the team to train with the following day, but they should also give the opportunity to have the chance to play.
All right, at this point, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Stay tuned.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that short break. You're still on to Sports Orbit. Down to the next story where former Super Eagles winger Tijani Babangida has warned that Sierra Leone have what it takes to shock the Super Eagles of Nigeria if the issue of appointing a substantive coach is not resolved before the Super Eagles take on Sierra Leone in their first match of the 2023 AFCON qualifiers. And I mean, I completely agree with him. We're already in May, almost in the middle of May. AFCON qualifiers begin in June. And
End of this month.
End of this month, actually. And up till now, like we just said in our last story, we are still talking about, in fact, the process of just about interviewing coaches, not even appointment, yes, interviewing, because after interview, we'll now still go through everything, select before a final contract is being signed. So I don't even think whoever emerges coach will even have enough time to be in charge of truthfully speaking, she'll be in charge of Super Eagles against Sierra Leone for the first game. So maybe what we'll likely see will be maybe a scenario where Salif Yusuf will still be in charge for at least the first game. Maybe the coach will just come around to just watch from the background and see what's going to happen. But I quite agree with Tijani about that.
100%, 100% I agree with you. And from the way things are going, from the look of things, I doubt to take a miracle that if the Super Eagles have a substantive coach,
Yeah.
just mark my word. If Super Eagles will have a substantive coach before the end of this year, then it will be a miracle. From the way we are going. And just like Tijano said, a team without safer.
Exactly.
Who lack directions. So if you don't have a substantive coach, and even if it's since it's not a substantive coach, it's an assistant coach, there's a limit you can hold him. You can't say the responsibility.
Yeah.
So and not that the Nigerian football federation they don't know all those things. Look at Mali. Mali, for instance, we're in the same scenario with Mali.
Yeah.
Mali lost the World Cup period. Now they succeeded the coach. Now they have appointed their coach.
Yeah.
These are people who are serious, who know what they want. But here we are talking of either to interview or the process of interview.
Exactly.
And we'll keep on disguising this till let me shock you. And why I say that if Super Eagle will have a coach this year, it will be a miracle.
But you see that.
For instance, the tenure of some people are even say that it is not even supposed for the current board to appoint a coach. That let the next board to come in and appoint the coach. The tenure of the current board led by my opinion will end by September. That is 4 months from now. By now, Phoenix supposed to even set up electoral committee. The electoral committee for the election of Nigeria football supposed to be set up by now. So very soon now, some people are still campaigning. So the focus will be on the election who emerge as the new board. So they may not have time to even interview those coaches you are talking about.
I agree with you completely. Now on to the Waffle Tony talking about the West African Football Union tournament. The Flying Eagles of Nigeria will take on Burkina Faso on Wednesday. That's after that defeat against Ghana. It was a 2-0 win against Ghana in the first match. On Wednesday, they'll take on Burkina Faso with a chance to earn their semi-final ticket at the ongoing Waffle B Under-20 Championship in Niamey, Niger Republic. So the Flying Eagles will be in action tomorrow once again, and a victory will give them a spot in the semi-final.
Yeah, with the and all the Ladambosus and his coaching crew to maintain the momentum the way they started against Ghana. That it was a good result, and we want them to continue that same spirit. All they need to do is just go out and play the normal game, and if they are able to beat Burkina Faso tomorrow, that automatically give them a slot in the semi-final spot, and then possibly a ticket to the African Championship. So. We hope that just maintain the momentum and ensure that they beat Burkina Faso tomorrow.
All right, now to the French league, actually, where Nigerian winger Moses Simon is actually in a celebratory mood at this point in time after he won the French Cup with his team FC Nantes. The team actually ended their 22-year trophy drought by lifting the French Cup after he had fought 1-0 against Nantes at the Stade de France. Simon, who came close to scoring for Nantes in the first half, was on for 68 minutes of the encounter, but he took to social media to celebrate the historic win, and remarkably, this will be his third trophy when it comes to club football, having won 2 times with his former club in Belgium, and now coming to France and picking up his first trophy in France. So congratulations for Simon. I think well deserved.
Yeah, we celebrate with him. Congratulations to Mr. Simons, and we wish him more of success in his career. That's a good one there. Congratulations.
All right, now to a bit of some transfer news. Now, first, yesterday the news broke where, of course, according to Fabrizio Romano, who, when it comes to transfer news, is like an authority. Once Fabrizio says something, it's almost, in fact, 99% of the time, as long as transfer news is concerned, is a done deal. Where he actually said yesterday that Erling Haaland of Borussia Dortmund has actually had a medical at Man City yesterday, and the medical was successful. And Haaland himself has told his club Borussia Dortmund and teammates that his will be leaving at the end of the season to Man City. Well, this didn't come as a surprise. The rumors have been on for the past couple of weeks. In fact, it was rumored that agreement was already in place for a £500,000 a week salary for Haaland already. But yesterday it was confirmed that he has had a medical with Man City. I think this should be joyous time for Man City. Recall that even though they are almost winning the title, but Man City have played the whole of this season without an out-and-out striker.
Yes, after the Aguero.
Yeah. Of course, they wanted Harry Kane, but they missed out on Harry Kane.
Guardiola was able to manage that outright strikers. But good ones that when I saw that this breaking news, I saw this, I say it shows clearly that Guardiola is also still planning to stay at Man City.
No, of course, he's about to be offered another 3-year deal to extend his deal.
Still interested in staying Man City because it was a perfect deal. Because went ahead of Barcelona was also looking at this guy with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So and then to steal the shoe, they perfect the deal seriously. And now which the Haaland is coming to Man City and then to terrify the defense line of all the Premier League clubs. So the Premier League will have to watch out for Man City. Next season, Man City has been a team to beat in the APL in the EPL. Now with the addition of Haaland, definitely he's going to do that. It's going to be a top one for the defenders.
But yesterday, going through some comments on social media, some have said yes, Haaland is a good striker and all of that, but sometimes strikers or players coming from a different league to the EPL, sometimes they come with a high goal-scoring reputation, but they come to the EPL and struggle. We remember the case of even Timo Werner. Before Timo Werner came to the EPL, Timo Werner was like one of the most sought strikers in the whole of Europe. In fact, he was almost like this. He was the second highest goal scorer in Germany after Lewandowski. But coming down to Chelsea, and Timo Werner became a very, very ordinary and average player. Hope this won't be the same issue with Haaland.
You should listen. No, you also say it's not the even in the past. At the Sheffield,
yeah,
the same thing happened
exactly.
At the was like find but when he came to England with Chelsea,
it became a very ordinary player.
The same time, even Torres. Yes, remember Diego Costa when Diego Costa led Atletico Madrid come to Chelsea. It was not too effective the way he was. You have several examples you can give, but I think Haaland will be different. I perfectly believe that Haaland will be different.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that and we'll see how he performs when he comes to the EPL. Of course, to the last story before, where former United legend and captain David Beckham has urged his former teammate Cristiano Ronaldo to still remain at Old Trafford despite the outfit not having a fantastic season, because he believes that his leadership qualities and abilities will be needed to at least galvanize the young ones, even as they go through a rebuilding process, especially with the fact that they are bringing in a new coach. He feels his presence will be needed at least to encourage the young ones. Even the new coach who's coming has said that if Ronaldo intends to leave, he even intends for him to even be his focal point and to build the team around here. And Beckham has said, he thinks Ronaldo should still stay, because the possibility of not playing in the Champions League, for people who know Ronaldo, knows how much he loves playing the Champions League. And there's been speculation that since it's been confirmed that United won't be in the Champions League, Ronaldo might not be too motivated to stay. But Beckham is almost pleading with him, just hang on for another season and just guide these young ones.
Yeah, that is true. When I look at what Ronaldo has done this season for Man U, one was that he has made the option to stay in Man U and continue. But the only lapse is that not playing the Champions League would be a very big minus for Ronaldo.
No, but for someone like this, he has seen it all when it comes to the Champions League.
So when it comes to Champions League, there's nothing to play the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
He has the Champions
League 5 times. It's no
5 times and 4 times.
5.
Yes, 4 times at Madrid, and then one at United. Yes, I don't think there's nothing left for him.
Exactly.
Talking about the individuals are what at the Champions League. he has also
And
achieved
achieved it.
So all he need to do is just, and he has not even won the Europa League title. Maybe it's an
Exactly. So,
opportunity for him to just stay there. And win the Europa League title.
Yeah.
Won the Europa
Actually.
League is the second title, but at least he
Of
also need
course.
need
Yeah.
it. So he should just exercise patience. The way he has performed this season. To me, I see Ronaldo as a Man U. When you take Ronaldo from Man U, there's nothing left in Man U. As far as this is
I mean, this season, just him and maybe the keeper, De Gea. These are
And
the only
again,
two players. I mean,
as far as this is correct,
yeah.
if you remove Ronaldo, Man U is completely
in fact, on yesterday, someone did Man U team of the month, and he put Ronaldo up front and put De Gea, and the rest of the players, nobody was missing. So, as long as it's concerned, the team of the year is Ronaldo and De Gea.
So absolutely, and then before we go, there's news that the basketball player they're on the street again.
Yeah.
So they don't let their battle do today.
Exactly.
They went to the
Sports.
office of the Minister of Youth and Sport. But unfortunately for them, according to the report, they didn't meet the minister. They were asking the minister that to tell them where it is stand and where are they heading to.
As long as basketball is concerned.
In the on-pass in the basketball. But according for them, they say that okay, they have been playing. They say the most of the players come from where they are playing. They know the run of season of the match the ball is going on, is ongoing.
Yeah.
And after their match today, after the break time, they say they all move to the ministry office at the stadium to tell them now the match the ball they are playing is almost towards the end. And after the end of this champion, they don't know where is their fate. Are there going to be another championship for them? And who is going to organize another championship? What is the stand of the ministry and what is the direction in the legal crisis of the 5 years crisis? For 4 years they have been without playing. Now somebody come to the rest and organize the championship for them. Now the championship comes to an end. And after this one, where is their fate? But unfortunately, the minister was not available to attend to them.
All right. I mean, we joined the basketball players in quickly asking the Minister of Sports, Sunday Derry, to really intervene in this matter, because a few of the interventions we've had in the past have not really yielded the much needed result, and he really needs to take his stand because at the end of the day, the players are the ones who are suffering. I think it's important that this crisis be resolved as soon as possible. Well, that's where we draw the curtains on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Salifu, thank you for coming around today once again.
Thank you.
All right, until we'll come your way tomorrow again with another refreshing, bigger and exciting package of Sports Orbit. I remain your host, Afacho. Stay safe out there, and it's goodbye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.